Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, Spencer Jones here, the Prince of Positivity. Thank you for hopping in and joining me in this episode of the Daily Energize. And, first and foremost, thank you for being here, for listening, subscribing, following, all that good stuff. Shout out to everyone who has already followed it and subscribed. If you haven't yet, what's going on? Come on, just hit follow or subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. But in all seriousness, thank you to everyone for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I hope that these episodes and this episode help you. This episode is coming out on a Monday, and I hope you are ready for an incredible week if you're listening to this on the day that it comes out. And really, any day it comes out. I hope you have a fabulous day. But today, I want you to visualize your week. And so we're going to discuss it and kind of guide us through for a short little visualization for this week. It's not going to be necessarily a meditation, but we're going to talk about it and give you some time to visualize what this week looks like. Because what I've noticed for me is my weeks can go any which way. They can go horribly, like the stuff just keeps going wrong and nothing seems to go right. And other times they're fantastic and everything lines up. Now, while some of those things are out of my control, it's just how life works and how things happen, what I've realized in my life is when I visualize my week, when I plan ahead, and I look at the day and the week ahead, and I start to visualize it and see it, and I wouldn't say expect it, but because expectations lead to suffering. But when I look ahead and I start to visualize and see this week, I'm better prepared. That's a better word for it. I'm more prepared for it. And it allows me to make the minor adjustments I need to make it a great week. So while I might not be able to control all the things that happen, I can control how I work with it, how I perceive it, and how I move from it, allowing me to have usually a better week. So, what does your week look like? Is it a busy week filled with lots of meetings and calls? Is it pretty open? What do you have on your schedule? Now, for me, when I do this, I look at each day. So, what does my schedule look like today? All right. And then I visualize just going through it. I don't look at every single detail. I'm like, okay, I'm writing this email. I'm going here. I don't get that nitty gritty with it. I might break that down if I'm visualizing just the day more so. But when I'm looking at the week, I'm looking at the general patterns. Okay, I have these meetings. How am I going into these meetings? I'm walking in very positive. This is the result that I'm hoping for with it. And this is the energy I'm bringing. And so I close my eyes and I visualize myself going into that meeting with that energy, having that result that I'm hoping for, and just moving throughout the day and feeling the gratitude in advance. Even before anything happens, I'm feeling that gratitude, that joy. And I do it for today and then tomorrow and the next day. And especially if there's a moment in the week where there's a struggle, right, where I know there's going to be some tension, some stress, I approach it as I visualize it with love, with kindness, and bring it in and allow that tension to be there, to sit with it, process what I need to process, work through it, and then come to that result that I'm hoping for, and then move forward. And what's great about doing that, especially when it comes to something that's a little tougher, like more stressful, it allows us to approach the situation when it happens in person. It allows us to approach it in a kinder, more loving way because we've already been there. It doesn't shock our system as much. So, we're about 4-ish minutes into this episode. I'm going to give you 1 minute. 1 minute to visualize this week. And I'll guide it day by day. So I'll give every couple, 10-ish seconds or so, I'll say the day and then we'll move forward. All right, so let's start with today, Monday. Visualize today. And now let's look at tomorrow, Tuesday. What's going on? Work your way throughout that day. I know time's going fast, but let's keep moving. Let's visualize Wednesday. All right, what about Thursday? What does that look like? And then Friday, the day before the weekend. And then Saturday and Sunday. What does your weekend look like? Visualize going through those days. By giving yourself this time to visualize, to look ahead and process and walk through the things you have coming up, you're going to approach them in a more positive way, in a more kind way, and not be surprised by things that might pop up, or be less surprised. Now, saying that, there still will be things, there still will be struggles, things will come up that you don't expect. But for me, what I've realized in my life is when I visualize my week, more times than not, it goes much smoother and better and more happier, more positive things come out of it. So I hope you took this time to visualize, and I know it wasn't a ton of time, so if you want more, take it. It's there for you, right? Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Visualize this week if you want some more time. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for being here, joining me, Spencer Jones, the Prince of Positivity, in this episode. Keep being you, keep shining your beautiful light, and go have an amazing day. And I'll catch you tomorrow in the next episode. So until then, I'll catch you later.